Hi guys, it's the middle of the night right now. It's actually 2 a.m. and it's January 14th, 2010, and I am just getting done taking a week of IV solumedrol steroids to help basically shorten or aid in a true MS flare-up that I've had. Many of you are following me and have contacted me and know that I have aggressive MS, and in my healthcare I've been aggressive. And over a year ago, I went outside the country and had an extremely successful stem cell treatment that basically regained my life, gave me mobility and health, and gave me all the opportunity to live life again, a second chance. During this last holiday, at Christmas time, I started to have a true MS flare-up, and even though I'm educated and I understand MS, I wasn't expecting it. And I'm just a real person, and I got thrown for a loop. And my neurologist had a scheduled retirement a couple months ago, and because I did so amazingly well with the stem cell treatment, I'm on no MS medications. I hadn't really thought about an MS flare-up. Not that I didn't know it was going to happen someday. Wasn't prepared for it, especially over a holiday. I had to see the new neurologist that took the patients over for my retired neurologist. And even though I tell everybody, be a self-advocate, be aggressive, don't sit back, don't take a backseat to anything. I did a little bit, and I'm paying the price for it. It's not a bad thing. It's just live and learn experience. Even though I think I know so much sometimes, I still get reminded that there's still more to learn and still more days to be aggressive. During Christmas, I actually began having new symptoms that I thought I'd experienced so many symptoms for MS, new symptoms I had never had. My balance became poor very, very quickly. And it wasn't like it was leading up to something. It just hit me overnight, literally a couple days. And all of a sudden, I couldn't walk. And because I've had such an amazingly healthy year, I didn't have any of the tools that I needed for immobility. No more wheelchair, no more walker, no more cane. Even the wheelchair that I borrowed wouldn't go through the doorways to the bathroom. Basically, the hospital told me I had an appointment with a neurologist. I didn't have any more standing orders. I could have gone into urgent care, and I didn't. I didn't want to impose. I figured, I could wait. I'll wait, a week, and then I'll see this new neurologist and make sure that we're, on board with everything, and that he's apprised of my condition and where I'm at. And I do have MS. I've had the lumbar punctures, and I've had the MRIs, and I've taken all the drugs, and I do have secondary progressive multiple sclerosis. And unfortunately, I didn't, knock down the door and say, you need to see me now. I can't wait. I'm not going to sit and wait 2 weeks until an appointment opens after the first of the year. Shame on me. Live and learn. I won't do it again. Unfortunately, this flare-up, I've experienced now symptoms that I thought I had experienced everything, but that I hadn't yet had. I've now had the MS chest hug, as some call it, a chest hug, or the tight band feeling. I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. I didn't know if I was going to even breathe another hour. Excruciating pain that I had, different sensation I had not yet felt. Poor Raj, he was so good. He basically, his vacation from work, his time off, he spent being caregiver to me. And it's been scary. I was sad. I was depressed. I wanted it to all end. I hate to say that. I'm not that personality, but I hate to admit that, but I was back at that point. Not thinking about anybody, very selfish. Let's just end the pain, end the misery. I didn't used to talk about bowel and bladder incontinence, but it came rushing back, and more severe than I'd ever had it in the past, and couldn't make it to the bathroom. Couldn't lift my head up. I was laying in bed, bedridden, couldn't breathe, couldn't eat, couldn't drink, vertigo, couldn't see, couldn't answer a phone, couldn't talk. Scary. I was extremely scared, and I didn't know who to ask. I didn't know who to talk to. Raj would stay up at night in the living room or sleep on the chair so he could listen to me. He didn't want to leave the house. We had to hire a transport service or a medical transport van to get me to the hospital because we didn't have the tools to do anything. I have a multi-level house, and we couldn't get off the front porch, and I couldn't sit up in bed. So it's been a little bit scary this time. Again, I wasn't gonna share, but then I've shared everything else, and I figured that this is a reality of having a disease, having my disease, having a disease that many of us have. But I realize it's hard to be, a volunteer of sorts in new emerging medical field, saying, let me take the risk. I know that stem cell treatment is not a cure. I know it's not dangerous. I know that it doesn't work for everybody. But it was the best decision I ever made. Even 2 weeks ago, when I was desperate and didn't want to talk about stem cells, didn't want to talk about MS, didn't want to talk about life, couldn't really, I know that the science behind it makes total sense. I know that I am the most luckiest person in the world to have these opportunities and to have this technology available, and that I understand. I'm still in a wheelchair. I cannot walk yet. Again, today I called my neurologist, the new neurologist, to let him know where I stand, where I'm not standing, but basically that I'm not mobile yet again. And I won't take a back seat again, so it's a lesson learned. Again, a lesson that I didn't really want, but a good lesson nonetheless. Raj is upstairs sleeping right now. Finally, he doesn't have to worry, hour by hour. And this is, the first couple of days that I've been able to sit up, that I've been able to talk. I'm happy to report that I have still a clear mind, that I can still see out of my right eye. I will tell you that the symptoms that I do have, my left leg does not want to hold me up. I cannot stand, I cannot walk yet. But in the last 48 hours, with a walker, I've been able to try to lift my leg up. Can't walk up a stair. Still in this wheelchair, this borrowed wheelchair that I'm in right now. But I can hold myself up now. Last week, there was no holding myself up. Last week, there was no talking on the phone. There was no seeing a computer. There was no functioning. There was no eating. There was no drinking. There was no nothing. There was desperation. There was sadness, panic. So that's where we're at today. And, give me a couple weeks and I'll be back to talking about my treatment, talking about my experiences, listening to your stories, and moving forward. So that's where we're at today, and I just want to give you guys an update, and I will check back soon, and best wishes for the new year to everyone, and stay healthy.